What's going on, Patriots Nation? You see the smile, you see the celebration. You know what time it is, man. The Patriots have finally done it. It's finally happened. AJ Brown is a New England Patriot, man. This was a long time coming. And when I say a long time coming, I literally mean a long time coming. Y'all already know the backstory. AJ Brown talked about how the Patriots was his favorite team growing up, his childhood favorite team, how he loved Tom Brady, and literally cried when he didn't get drafted by the Patriots, bro. We literally drafted N'Keal Harry over AJ Brown. But that don't even worry about it. You know, we can forgive Bill Belichick because it all comes around full circle. You know what I'm saying? Especially after the New England Patriots brought in Mike Vrabel. Now, y'all already know Mike Vrabel. If you are a Patriots fan and you know ball, y'all already know Mike Vrabel was a former, Patriots player and part of that early dynasty in the early 2000s for the Patriots. And when he got his first head coaching opportunity with the Titans, he did a lot of great things with him, and one of those great things was playing a key role in AJ Brown's development. And man, that relationship since then has continued to stick with AJ Brown. He continued to talk about how Mike Vrabel was his favorite coach ever in the league so far. And even with that relationship that they had, is still stuck even with Mike Vrabel getting fired from the Tennessee Titans, and then AJ Brown eventually, getting traded from the Tennessee Titans to the Philadelphia Eagles, where he won a Super Bowl. And like I said, those rumors, they started coming back around. AJ Brown was going on podcasts with Gronk and Julian Edelman. You're teasing, asking, was he going to be a Patriot? He over there winking, you know what I'm saying? And then like the news was coming out that he was facing troubles with the Eagles, having problems with Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts. They using him as a decoy, not really giving him the ball because Saquon had such a great season the year prior. And it was just the writing on the wall that AJ Brown was going to eventually become a Patriot, man. Now the Patriots are coming off of a Super Bowl appearance where they unfortunately lost. But getting AJ Brown and Romeo Doubs off of a Super Bowl appearance, hey man, how much better can it get? Y'all know the Patriots desperately needed a number one wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? Kayshon Boutte was a great, I guess you can say he was a great fill-in number one. Technically, Stephon Diggs was the number one, but obviously he didn't have number one games every time, but he still got 1,000 receiving yards. And, but other than that, like Kayshawn was pretty much like the consistent target, I would say. And that just wasn't gonna cut it. And it definitely exposed itself once we got into the playoffs and in the Super Bowl. I know a lot of people try to give Drake May a lot of slack, but when you really look at the circumstances of going in your first playoff run, facing top defenses and going in snow, playing in, crazy conditions, hey man, you gonna have some slip ups, especially in your first run with no real number one receiver. But now that's no longer a thing because we got AJ Brown. You feel me? This is a really, really great move. I mean, like I just said, you add him to an offense that just signed Romeo Doubs this free agency, which was a really, really good move. I feel like AJ Brown and Romeo Doubs will be a top 5 wide receiver duo in the NFL. If not in the NFL, for sure in the AFC, top 3 in the AFC. But you get a guy that can do everything. He can take the top off the defense. He can run after they catch. AJ Brown is a superior talent in this league, especially at the wide receiver position. So why would you not want AJ Brown? And for the Patriots, like I just said, if you're coming off of a Super Bowl appearance where you didn't have a true number one and you add a true number one, you're going to have really, really great expectations, man. And you got Travion Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson in the backfield with your running backs, as we know that they had a really good, season last year. Even with the hamper offensive line that we had, they were still able to, it was some games where they were able to carry us. I believe in that playoff game against the Chargers, they was able to, run the ball and really help us dictate the game. So this Patriots team, I'm very excited. Not only to mention, like, this Patriots team has a very, very elite secondary and elite defense. I mean, they brought in Kevin Byard. They have Christian Gonzalez coming in for another year. Carlton Davis, he had his fair share of getting beat and giving up big catches, but a lot of those big catches was really, good coverage. So, hey man, I'm very excited, Patriots Nation. I'm very excited. I need to do a video at some point going through our schedule now that the AJ Brown move is complete, because now with that happening, the roster is pretty much set. I did see, however, that speaking of Kayshon Boutte, he may be getting traded. Now, if Kayshon Boutte gets traded, I would love to see us either bring back Stephon Diggs or potentially get a Tyreek Hill. You know what I'm saying? I feel like having an offense consisting of the running backs that you have with Travion Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson. You add AJ Brown, you add Romeo Dobbs, and you either add back Stephon Diggs or you bring in a Tyreek Hill with Mac Hollins and Hunter Henry. Let's not forget, because Hunter Henry was balling, and he was arguably Drake May's best target, in that early part of the season. I feel like this Patriots team is really going to make a lot of noise. Now, I know the rest of the league got better as well. We obviously seen the crazy news about Myles Garrett being a Ram, and I'm going to make a video about that this week as well. But, yeah, I got to go on my priorities list. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. That's very crazy. But I feel like this Patriots team definitely upgraded this season, and they needed the upgrades, because when you have, one of the hardest schedules in the league now, you're going to have some guys. And I really feel like AJ Brown and Romeo Dobbs, they for sure some guys, man. You see, I got my blue on. It's not the full Patriots blue. It's kind of like the sky blue jerseys that we wore. But y'all get the memo, man. I'm very excited for this season. I was excited for this season before we got AJ Brown, just based on the Romeo Dobbs move, because Romeo Dobbs, he was essentially the Green Bay Packers #1 last year. If we being totally honest, he was essentially filling in that role, and he's a guy that can go out there and high point the ball as well. So that with Drake May having another year of development, coming off of a MVP caliber season, I don't care what nobody says about the schedule, this, that, and the third. Drake May played like an MVP throughout the whole entire season, because he even played well against top defenses in the regular season, and not a lot of people talk about that and give him credit. And when it came to him playing bad in the off season, I mean in the postseason, and having a lot of those turnovers that a lot of people like to give him flack for, a big part of those were on the offensive line and him getting pressure, especially the fumbles. But hey, man, with all that getting better, because we did draft Caleb in the draft, Caleb Lomu. I really feel like we definitely did what we needed to do. Will Campbell's going to get another year of progression. Jarrett Wilson is going to get another year of progression. We signed Tucker in free agency. We're doing what we need to do to really compile this team and put it together to make another deep run. Hey, man, I'm excited. Let's go out there and take the AFC East once again. But anyways, Patriots Nation, NFL fans, any fans, sports fans, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Y'all have a blessed one. And I'll see y'all in the next one.